But what comes with dating, I would say right-wing e-girls in general, is a lack of privacy. Because you will be her marketing for her second husband. We have a couple things we're going to go over today, but I really try to talk about original concepts on this show. And I try to talk about things that I see, not just online, not just on the internet, but things I see in real life. Because I think that's the best way you can learn things. Anybody can show you a study, anybody can say they saw something, but it's something when the things that you are talking about come from real life and real world experience. Um, and I would say one of the lessons that I learned in life is that hot women will always get what they want and they'll always be fine as long as they don't get fat or have a drug problem. But before we go into that, um, I'm going to go over a couple tweets I had today because I do like to go through my Twitter and tell you guys the backstory of what I'm thinking when I tweet this stuff. So, really on the market right now, men are going to have to choose for what's on the menu in terms of women. And, they're basically going to this restaurant and they're like, okay, I want a wife, I want women. What can I order? What is on the menu? From, reference Aaron Clary, that's his concept. But they go there and they see, okay, I can get these hot OnlyFans models that post nudes on the internet. That's not great. I get these fat women with a bunch of debt that went the career route, but they're not even hot. They might be loyal, but I'm kind of out of their league. Or I can go for a conservative e-girl. Now, there's pros and cons to the conservative e-girls. Now, I would say one of the pros of a conservative e-girl is that you're not really going to find nudes on the internet in most cases. There are occasions, I won't lie, that there are, in fact, nudes on the internet, but I would say the likelihood is lower than, say, an OnlyFans whore. But what comes with dating, I would say right-wing e-girls in general, is a lack of privacy. Because you will be her marketing for her second husband. Now, this is not to imply that this is what this e-girl is doing, but I have noticed a trend that what women have a tendency to do is use their kids, their family to signal online, I am a good person, I'm a good woman, and, trad lifestyle, have babies, glory to God, whatever. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but we all know there's pedos on Twitter, right? And you kind of see the repercussions of what happens long term. If you're posting right-wing conservative content and you let the world know that you have children. I'll give you an example. If you are a right-wing guy that's anti-promiscuity, it would be a badge of honor to bang your daughter once she's old enough, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you say that would, if your daughter's good looking and you put her on the internet when she's over 18, you don't know what they're going to do. People are weird. There's also pedos that might try before. But again, a lot of times what happens is they say, oh, I care about my family, but they always will sacrifice privacy. If they want to get to you, they're obviously going to go to your loved ones. So now we got Riley Gaines, and she just had a kid, and it's a very cute picture. She's actually, I would put her one of the hottest right-wing e-girls, very good-looking woman, objectively, for right-wing politics, not for like the general population, but this is her like Chad husband. So she actually cashed out early. She cashed out in college. She married a guy in college, and they had a kid. And again, I just said, conservative women will always use marriage and family to build their brand. This is not me criticizing. It's not necessarily me judging, per se. I don't think it's always the end of the world to have pictures of your family on the internet. However, it does come at a cost and at a risk. And I have never seen a conservative e-girl ever have a kid and not use it for clout. I just think it's impossible. I think it's impossible. I can't. So someone said she already has a brand, and that's completely true, right? Riley Gaines does have a brand. And I'm a fan of actually her work. She was one of the people that called out the men in the women's locker rooms. She does have a brand, but remember, that's the people that hate her are the most mentally ill people on the planet. Back in 2023, I was put on a government watch list for speaking out about men's issues. The government spent who knows how much money trying to shut me up. And honestly, to some extent, it worked. I was demonetized on YouTube. I had 3 Instagram accounts deleted, 7 TikToks accounts wiped out, and I was forced to delete 3 years worth of work, videos, interviews, everything. The more honest I was, the harder I was punished. And eventually, I had to shut down my show, move back home, and completely start over. But I'm not giving up. This time, we're doing things differently. I've created my own app, a space where free speech actually means free speech. On this app, you'll not only get access to all my old content, but you'll also help shape our future documentaries and show topics. For just $10 a month, you're not only supporting me, you're supporting a movement, a network that refuses to be silenced. The link is in the description. Join us and be a part of something that fights back against censorship. Now, let's talk bigger picture. Why don't we have true free speech in America anymore? Welcome to the female economy, where women make 80% of consumer buying decisions. Have you ever wondered why women always seem to get their way? Well, here's the truth. Men tend to care about the free flow of ideas. Men can separate an idea from the person who said it. But women, on the other hand, have learned that they can control what gets said by controlling what gets funded. Platforms like YouTube have one goal. They want to make money. And if that means catering to the majority female audience, they will. That's why being a conservative creator today feels impossible. This isn't just about me, it's about the future of online speech. With the Audacity Network, me and my community will never have to worry about being silenced again. Is it a good idea to bring your family into this? And that's kind of the pushback I get. Well, is this a bad thing? And a lot of people try to equate it to like the newspaper back in the day, or, this is how people socialize now. And, when social media is where women go to find new suitors, it's really a pipeline for women towards prostitution, if we're being honest. The end game of social media a lot of times is prostitution in some way, shape, or form. I don't think that was the same in the newspaper 100 years ago. I don't think people read the newspaper and decided to leave their family. But women open their phones and decide they get one DM from a celebrity, one invite to a party, and we leave our family. And the conservative simps just have a tendency to die on the hill of the last time I pointed this out, there was a whole e-girl war. A whole e-girl war I started. I didn't even insult the girl. That was the crazy thing. I said that she was the best looking e-girl, but conservative women will always use their marriage and family to build their brand. It's just impossible. Do you know what I mean? I was the kid on the internet. My mom did the same thing. It's like, the thing is, it comes at the cost of the kids and the family because they are sacrificing an element of privacy. They really are.